for Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
You like that? You like that?
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Number one fan Tim.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to tell you about the other day when it was the Dirty B and I's first wedding anniversary.
Oh, how'd that go?
Well, I'll tell you, but I want you to tell me about your wedding anniversary, your first one.
My first one?
Do you recall?
No.
Why not?
Because it was 3 years ago.
Oh my God, that's only 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
I hope she hears this and goes, Timothy!
I know, she's going to be so angry at me.
Husband! Maybe she'll get mad and call you 3T.
No. Oh, you better fucking edit that shit out, man.
Why?
I'm not even kidding.
It's too much tongue Tim.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go. I can accept that.
Not the other one.
God, our first anniversary? Shit. I know last year we took a half day off of work and went fishing alone. This year...
Secret code?
Hubba hubba.
No, we went fishing. We actually went fishing. We took our boat, put it in the water, got some worms, and fished.
So it's not like in Brokeback Mountain where they went, quote, fishing and really just hung out in the mountains and hugged and fucked each other.
I was hoping it would have been more like that, but no, there was a lot of people on the lake that day. This year we took the whole day off, and we shot pool, we went to the gun range and shot guns. That was awesome. And then we went home and we made dinner and everything. I can't remember our first wedding anniversary. I am so fucking dead.
I don't think she's going to hold it over you much. I'm not sure how much she listens to the show anymore.
I don't know either.
Well, for the Dirty B and I, we already knew it was going to kind of be a mixed bag, because even though little E was out of town with the in-laws up at the cabin, my 3 were still here. So we still had the Juice and Chi-Chi and the baby.
Okay.
And,
bummer.
Well, my folks offered to take them for the weekend, and I'm like, no. That's stupid. You're going to take my 2, my oldest, from the beast, away from me on the 2 days that I'm guaranteed to have them, and then I'm not going to fucking see them just so we can go to dinner? Like, we can go to dinner any fucking time.
Yeah, you could always call and see if maybe Drama wants to babysit. Or...
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite ready to leave them under the watch
I
of an
suppose
11-year-old.
a little young. Oh, she's only 10.
Well, then I'm definitely not doing that shit. And the beast would have a fucking conniption fit.
Okay, well, maybe the Mrs. Number One could come over and watch them. I don't know. I'm just throwing out suggestions.
If I was smart, I might have planned ahead and asked Ivy to come watch them because she was watching their other sister.
Oh, okay.
She was watching Boo Boo Baby, as she does on Sundays. And then she was relieved of duty at like 5:30. So maybe if I would have been better at coordinating. But, the day before was Ivy's grad party, I guess. She finally got that high school diploma that she didn't get before. So congratulations to Ivy.
Yay!
And then last week was her birthday. So she's got a full calendar of doing stuff. She doesn't need to watch everybody else's kids because she's got none of her own.
That's who you have watch your kids.
Right. So I woke up and then everybody else woke up. And at some point I worked out and then I washed my ass. And then we bummed around a lot. And then the day started off with a whimsical trip to Costco.
Wow.
Right.
Going all out.
That's right. We went to Costco because nothing screams romance and remembrance like ketchup cup portions of foods I'm not going to fucking buy and being elbow to elbow with a bunch of assholes I would normally stay home to try to avoid. Yeah, there were samples. And then...
Everyone loves free samples.
And then the Juice, for some reason, wanted this 2-piece Adidas black tracksuit, which I was very proud of, but not going to fucking buy her. I'm like, it's going to get snagged and ruined. What does that mean? If the cat's nails even touch it, there's going to be threads hanging off. It's going to be all kinds of fucking stupid looking. All right? It's polyester, dude.
Yeah, that ain't going to work around cats.
As much as I would love to see her, she's like, I wear that every day.
You need to wash it once in a while.
Oh, the Juice, that's so cute, but I don't think you're ready to look like a fucking Run DMC video every day of the week. And then after Costco, we went to Target. Because you can never get everything you need at one place.
I can.
That's right, we went to Target. Like we already had 3 times that fucking week because Nothing screams, let's celebrate us taking our nuptials, like going and seeing the fucking school supplies lists and having a 5-minute conversation about why the 4th graders don't need earbuds or headphones, but everybody else needs one or the other or both.
Those lists are bullshit. You better contact the teachers or the school itself. I learned the hard way.
So we're already celebrating our love in grand fashion by going to 2 retail chains.
Yeah, that's part of what life is, I guess.
And then coming home and having lunch and then sitting on the couch and watching a show. And then first I fell asleep, then she fell asleep, then the baby fell asleep, and then Chi-Chi fell asleep. And I woke up and the juice is just looking at me like, are you awake now? Like, I guess. I don't know. Maybe 20 minutes went by where I'm in and out of consciousness and I'm like, give me the remote, give me this, give me that. Fucking, I'm just trying to bide time. And now, story time. It's kind of like the day that I fell asleep on the couch when Chi-Chi was still in diapers. I think she was like 1.5 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And she woke up from a nap and was like, Daddy, I need my diaper changed. Like, okay, go get me a diaper. So she went and got me a diaper. But unfortunately, I passed out. So she took her diaper off, thinking she was going to get changed. And then she sees I fall asleep. So then she sits on the chair waiting for me. And that was the time she fell asleep and pissed on my fucking leather chair. She woke up crying because she was in a puddle of her own piss.
I would cry too if I woke up in a puddle of my own piss.
And, you know, it's bad enough that she fucking peed on my chair, but she is naked she's Porky Pigging it on my chair and just floating. Like she must have had a dream she was swimming.
I got dirty little girl butt all over my chair.
I don't even mind that. It's just that you couldn't, like you figured out to take the diaper off, right? Couldn't you have maybe tried to put the new one on?
I don't know. Those little sticker tabs on the sides. I would tear them off every once in a while.
For fuck's sakes. So then there was nap time and then some further hanging out. And we're just like, are we going to do anything? What are we going to do? And the kids keep asking, what are we going to do for your anniversary?
And you are going to do nothing.
And we're just like, what do you mean, what are we going to do? It's our anniversary. It's not like a birthday. There's not a fucking party. It's our day. It's our event.
Supposedly.
You're just here. So it's not like we have to do things to entertain you. So we do something to entertain them. We went to the splash pad in Champlin, which is our splash pad of choice.
Oh, okay.
And we get there, and we weren't sure they were open at first, even though they were scheduled to be open another 75 minutes. Nobody's there. Just the staff. And the water won't run unless somebody steps on the sensor every so often.
Okay.
So I have the kids run up and step on the sensor. The water goes. We start playing. The sun disappears behind the clouds. And it gets cold as fuck. And the water's ice cold. I'm like, this is not necessarily fun.
Fuck!
That's right. We went to the splash pad because nothing screams, I love you so much. And let's revisit that day when we took our forever promise to each other. And that plunge. Like running around a free water park with a bunch of random children, because at one point there were these 2 blonde, Aryan-looking kids, and the boy talked the juice into sitting on a sprinkler, waiting for it to turn on, but thankfully I got her off before she discovered herself. And then the daughter kept picking up the fucking baby, even though the dirty bee asked her to stop doing it, and she just picks up our baby and walks around with it. And then these 2 fucking kids walk off because they're bored and like, let's go to the playground. They go get a backpack. They put on their shoes. They go to the playground. No parents in sight.
Wow.
These 2 fucking Return to the Blue Lagoon types are sitting here trying to, entice my children into all kinds of sordid behavior. And then they just saunter off into eternity.
Called Neverland.
Yeah, what the fuck? And then we are 2 minutes away from leaving. All of a sudden, my back is turned. I hear Chi-Chi start crying. Daddy, I tripped. And it's never just, so it's,
oh yeah,
that fucking Charlie Brown head up at the sky scream crying. She fucking tripped over something and landed on her hip and then scraped her elbow. And you would have thought that she fell down the stairs, broke her legs, and then, fell onto a pile of AIDS-tinged needles and realized it with the amount of crying that was going on. You would have thought that she watched her own dog get run over by the entire length of a fucking holiday parade. Just car, float, marching band, other marching band, 9 more floats, some seniors that were let out of their holding pen for the day to fucking crudely toss candy at kids but doesn't quite make it to the curb, and then a few more floats, and then the mayor comes through and he wants to flick everybody off, but he just waves, and then a religious group, and then some dickhole who's up for re-election, and then a marching band from a high school that nobody fucking cares about because their dropout rate's higher than the rest in the goddamn county. And then somebody finally goes, "Oh, fuck a dog." And because
that was all just off the tongue, huh?
And because I would want to see how long it would go for, I would let it happen. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to interrupt the Anoka Tornadoes marching band from performing When the Saints Go Marching In.
They're horrible.
Just because Benji's fucking getting stomped over and over and over again by the fat kids in the heavy brass and drum sections. Or the douchebag who's up for re-election who's waving like a fucking pageant queen. Who, one of those floats, by the way, would have featured some sort of pageant queen. Who doesn't deserve it because she didn't earn it. Her family's affluent and she's white and they bought that fucking
Just be
win.
happy it's not Halloween time.
God damn it.
That parade lasts for 3 fucking hours.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
And then, little E was back in town. We went to go pick her up. Chi-Chi starts crying because we weren't going to go to a playground. I said, get a pizza. We'll go to a playground. And we did. And we eat some pizza. And the kids are kind of playing. And the baby's there. And she's still in a swimmy diaper. And we don't realize that she's perched up like a frog on the fucking park bench eating her pizza crust. And we go to leave. And the Dirty Bee hands her to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? She feels wet. And I look at the Dirty Bee's shirt and it's all wet. And then I look at the bench and I'm like, I don't notice anything. And then the Dirty Bee goes, look under the bench. There's a fucking piss puddle under the bench.
Oh.
So now we, the 3 of us, are all coated in the baby's urine. And then we got to go home yet, so she's got to sit in the car seat. So I'm like, wait, don't we have a newspaper in the car? So I folded up a section of newspaper and stuck it under her butt in the car seat. Because frankly, she's 1 and she won't remember it. And the little bitch pissed at a park bench and me, and she doesn't deserve the dignity of not sitting on newspaper like a fucking parakeet or a pet rabbit.
Your first anniversary is far more memorable than I think mine was.
Here's the thing. I asked the wife, don't you carry like an emergency diaper or 2 in the car? No. I fucking do. And I carry 2 different sizes.
I never took my babies anywhere unless I had the diaper bag. Nowhere.
In the doorwell of the Fusion. Emergency diapers. Not in the other car. My Focus. My work car, because I just haven't gotten around to it yet, and she hasn't ridden it so much. But the point being is, what's the Boy Scouts motto?
Be prepared.
Always be prepared. Correct. So all of that happens, and the kids go to bed, and then we kind of watched an episode of Stand Against Evil. I recommend it, but it's not nearly as good as Ash versus the Evil Dead. And then we went to bed, and she was laying there naked, so I thought she wanted some. But then she was just trying to go to sleep, and I think she was just teasing me. So when she was looking at her phone for a second, I slid off my underwears, and then I started rubbing the tip of my wiener on her butt crack just to be a dick about it. No pun intended. And then I started flopping my sack up against one of her butt cheeks, and she tried to get away, but she doesn't realize that I can bend in the wrong direction like a lot. Jeez. And she almost had to fall off the bed to not get touched with the tip.
That sounds like Mrs. Number One Fellow last week. She wanted to go to bed, but she's wearing a dress, and I couldn't leave her alone. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, I cuddled her a little bit, and then I rubbed her shoulders, and then I banged her.
I didn't even rub her shoulders.
And then the fallout from the banging bleeds into this morning before I go to work. I hear her stomach gurgling, like, oh, you're going to poop? She's like, no, I already did that. You jostled something loose. I'm like, what? What? How? She's like, I don't know, something when I climbed on top, reverse cowgirl. I'm like, what do you mean? Did I fucking somehow stimulate your colon? What, do you got a fucking prolapse inside of you that I poked you the wrong way and now you're pooping like crazy because I banged you? Because we weren't like crazy banging.
What is it about great sex that makes me have to crap?
Fucking weird, dude. Like, we didn't even have like mind-blowing sex.
I'd
give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8.
I'm completely picturing that scene from Kingpin.
She had to go doo-doo Browns. So.
Wow.
But you don't remember your anniversary, so thanks for nothing.
I'm really trying to remember. You want me to text her?
Yes, I do, actually.
All
fucking,
right.
That's your penance.
All right.
Because now you'll have to admit that you don't remember.
A few moments later.
Anyway, so now that you've texted the missus, did she give you some insight?
Yeah, she gave me some insight, and I'm recalling everything. Okay, so we found a sitter for the kids. Okay.
Yeah, fuck you.
And we packed up everything. We packed up some overnight bags. We went for a long drive. We drove down by the airport. We stopped at a overview area of like the Minnesota River Valley, and we watched airplanes come in, which is kind of neat. And then we drove around a little bit more, and then I took her to the hotel where we got married. And I had a room. She didn't know this. Okay, so when I packed stuff up, I packed up stuff for her.
Most people don't just go to a fucking hotel to hang out.
Well, no, but she didn't know we were staying the night. She didn't know what we were doing. She thought we were just going for a drive and going out for dinner. Because we went out for dinner, went for the drive. And then I took her to the hotel, and we were kind of walking around, just like, that's where that was, that's where that was. And I told her, I was like, we should get a room. She's like, what? I says, yeah, we should get a room. Just to be silly. You know, I got my credit card.
Just to be silly.
Just to be silly. So then I went out to the car, got the bag, told her I already had a hotel room. It wasn't the same suite that we had when we got married, but it was close to it. So, And oh shit, no, goddamn, we gotta go back a little bit. I'm just now.
Can I be brutally honest with you for a
What?
second?
What?
It was a surprise. I told her we were just going out for a drive. This sounds like what people say to their dog who likes going to the park when they have to secretly take him to the fucking veterinarian's office.
No, I remember exactly how it went now. It's just coming back slowly. We were walking around, and I had called ahead of time and actually had the hotel room already reserved. I had already got the...
You said that.
Yeah, but I already got the cards and everything.
Ah.
So I told her, I pretended I had a credit card, not a hotel key card. I was like, I wonder if this would work. And I took it out, and I slid it in the door, and the door unlocks. She's like, what the fuck? And I was just like, cool. And I opened up the door, and she's like, is there somebody in the room? I was like, no, it's our room. She's like, what? And I said, yeah, I got us a hotel room.
Surprise!
So then she stayed in the hotel room. Then I went and got the bag. I can't remember how I forgot that part. That was the best part.
Okay, nobody cares in what order you got the bag, OJ. We're not talking about leaving bloody evidence in a fucking garbage can at the airport.
I was just completely prepared for the night. So then we went in the hotel room. Decided we were hungry, so we went to the Super America near there and bought a bunch of junk food. Went back to the hotel room, ate it, and watched TV in peace. Because at that point we had already had 4 kids. There was no peace. And we hopped on the good foot and did the bad thing. And the next day we went back home.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but okay.
That's sex.
Hopped on the good foot and did the bad thing.
Uh-huh. You never heard that before?
No.
That was, oh shit, what was that? Saturday Night Live guy.
There's been dozens. So.
Yeah, I know.
Way to narrow that one
Opportunity
down.
Knocks, Church Lady.
Dana Carvey?
Dana Carvey. That was from one of his comedy bits. His HBO special. Hilarious shit. Yeah, I feel really happy. I planned out my first wedding anniversary very well.
Yeah, okay.
I had a nice long drive. We had a nice
David
dinner.
Copperfield pulling fucking magic door cards out of your ass.
Now, I should ask her, what was our second anniversary?
No, that's not what this is about. And now, Jeremy Irons raps.
With you I'll spend my time. I'll dedicate my life. I'll sacrifice for you. Dedicate my life for you.
That was Jeremy Irons raps.
This is Basket Case Podcast, and
you're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
You know what this is about?
It's time to play a game.
We have reached the portion of the show when it's time to play a game.
Which one is it?
Well, here's the thing. I often am curious if people even listen to the games anymore.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Some people do, but I look at like the analytics on YouTube, and then I take the number of views divided by the number of minutes, and it gets to like less than it would take to get to the game.
Oh, wow. Well,
maybe I'm just not being lively enough.
Okay. Well, let's be lively.
Well, just before we get to that, I want to make an announcement.
Okay.
And while you were texting the wife, I got the confirmation email. Blumpkin&Friends will be coming to the Infirmary Media Network. I have now been joined up with a podcast network that will have the show on Spreaker as well. I hope that it will help with me getting out there to more people. But I took the plunge and I applied to the second network I learned about. Basket Case Pods on the No Phony Network, they waitlisted me, so I was a free agent. I contacted Infirmary because I saw their name. Bing, bang, boom. I probably got to up my game a bit and be more entertaining and zany, but not to the point where I'm a caricature of myself.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
I don't want to go crazy, but just so you know, in addition to being a 35-year-old rookie rapper whose 36th birthday is a few days away, I'm now joining a podcast network. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I might have to do some commercials for some products I don't use, but fuck it, whatever. Ad dollars, exposure. Blumpkin and Friends.
Yay, Blumpkin.
So, take a look at the wall behind you. Now stop looking at it, because nothing behind you fucking matters right now. I just wanted to see if you do it.
You're an ass.
RPS challenge.
All right, I lost last time, didn't I?
You're playing
I won.
me.
I barely won.
It's non-title.
Again.
Yeah, because fuck you, it's my title. And it's interim.
Get Nurse Ashley in here so you can do a fucking title.
She lives far away.
Go drive.
She's hesitant
Drive.
to come here. So
I'll drive.
You'll drive. I will taxi you 70 minutes away to her home
Why
so
not?
we can invade their space and then leave. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Blumpkin and Friends proudly brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship of the World! Hand number 1.
Gonna go with scissors.
Ha! I picked rock. Fuck you.
Fuck you. You're not supposed to go with rock.
Yeah. Well, I did because I knew you'd be
last
like,
time.
I'm going to go paper. And I rolled the dice. So, hand number 2.
I'm gonna go with scissors again.
I also went scissors. No point. Hand number 3.
Going paper.
I win scissors.
This is not right.
It's my fucking show.
So?
Why wouldn't I win?
You let the guest win, fucker.
I don't let anybody win. I don't let my kids beat me at anything. You know how many times I've made my stepdaughter cry recently because she wants to play fight and then I just barely nudge her and then she whines like somebody just threw away the last fucking loaf of bread in front of a whole family of Holocaust survivors? Hand number 4.
Rock. I don't even give a shit anymore.
Oh, bitch. Paper. So,
damn it.
Well, you've lost, but we have to play it out because it's
Complete
best of 5.
shutout.
Oh, bitch. Hand number 5.
Rock.
I also threw a rock. That is a shutout. You
I
get
couldn't even
no
get one.
points. I beat you 3-0. I did to you what
Well,
you
you must
normally
be
do
very
to your
proud
wife.
of yourself.
I am, goddammit. Because I wrote these down in the span of like 5 seconds, just like Graham does. But I didn't pull a Neil and go, paper, 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 paper.
He's very unexciting when he plays this game.
Kind of.
There is no tension there.
It falls on the host to get the best reaction out of the guest for the entertainment of the audience. Clearly, I need to step up my fucking game. Which is why I will be at the Minnesota State Fair this year, handing out business cards.
All right.
And if I can't make it at least 2 days, I'll go 1 day, and I will send somebody else in my stead.
You gonna pay for their ticket?
I may have to do that, but I also want to make sure that he's going to be in town.
Oh, you got someone in mind.
I do.
Okay, I was gonna say Mrs. Number One fan would probably love to go to the fair and do that for you.
I'm sure she would, but she's not Brownbeard, and Brownbeard owes me, so Brownbeard will probably be going to the Minnesota State Fair.
Brownbeard, all right.
Because, goddammit, the fair needs more pirates.
It does.
And hopefully I don't get
There
jumped.
isn't a
Or
single fucking pirate theme thing there at all.
I just hope nobody tries to steal his fucking hat, or he's probably going to stab somebody.
Probably.
Or pull his dick out. And then he's going to have a pocket full of my business cards.
That's a 50-50.
And how's that going to reflect on me? You paid money for this individual to come to this gathering place of families and pull his penis out?
I didn't pay him. He did that for free.
I bought his admission, but the corn dogs and everything else were on him. So if he got liquored up and he pulled his cock out during the karaoke portion of the food court,
That's on him.
that's on him. Tell it to Long John Silver. In accordance with my probationary terms from the state of Michigan, here is some community work service I, Brownbeard, give to you, Dear Crabby. Dear Crabby, I'm married to a beautiful woman. Susan? Suzanne? Suzanne? Suzonne. Fuck you. I'm just gonna say Sue. We are bodybuilders and into fitness, so we are both quite muscular. Well, congratulations. That's fucking disgusting. I've never pounded my meat to fitness porn, and I'm not about to start, but I'm sure people like you have problems too, so I'm gonna keep reading your fucking sob story, asshole. Recently, my wife cut her hair short. Yeah, brilliant move. It's a great look for her. I bet it's not. And we both love the style. So one of you's lying to the other. I don't know who. Unfortunately, some people have begun calling her Sir at work, and when she's out and about, oh my God, how did you not fucking see that coming? Sue waits tables a couple of nights a week for extra income. Some of the customers have gone so far as to keep calling her Sir after she has told them that she's female. Well, I mean, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it's got short hair and bulging biceps, odds are she has a penis. But I digress. This infuriates me because it's so disrespectful. You sound like a world-class fucking pussy. Jesus Christ. You know that Scooby 1950 bodybuilder guy on YouTube is gay, and he sounds less gay than you right now. I know it hurts my wife's feelings, although she has been super strong about it. I hope that wasn't an attempt at a pun. It's plain when you look at Sue that she is a beautiful woman. Well, clearly it's fucking not, because people are making that mistake. Nice try, asshole. Try to reconcile it all you want in your own mind. You married someone who looks like fucking Starla from Napoleon Dynamite. And yes, some people are making fun of you for going home to that at night. How can she nip this in the bud before it starts to make her feel bad? I don't know. Fucking get over it. I feel a strong need to defend her. Well, this guy's got a very expensive vocabulary. And I don't want to get into a physical altercation with anyone over it. Well, I don't want you to get into a physical altercation either. Grow the fuck up. You married the broad. You knew what it was like when she went into the gym. And you guys were like bench buddies and all of that shit. I imagine it's a lot like that episode of Rick and Morty when Grandpa Rick and Summer shoot each other with steroids and then they get all ripped out of their minds to a musical montage featuring the song X Gon' Give It To You. Yeah, then they go kick the shit out of the devil. So, here's my tips. I don't know how to fix you, so you have to fix yourself. Alright? Get over it. She's muscular, and she cut her hair short. She looks like a dude. So until she grows her hair long, and maybe, I don't know, doesn't so closely resemble Michelangelo's David, people will not stop calling her Sir. Get over it. Next letter. Jesus Christ. Dear Crabby, my husband refuses to memorize my cell phone number. It's a wise move. He says as long as it's in his phone, he doesn't need to. Excuses, excuses. I feel he should know it, so if he loses the phone or the battery goes dead, I can be reached. What do you think? Well, I think this is his way of dipping his toes in the water of getting rid of you, you ditzy bitch. Seriously, I don't want to remember your phone number because I can have it in my phone. That's like, I'm not going to remember your birthday because I can write it on the calendar or you will for me. You are basically enabling him by letting him do this. So here's what you do. You take his phone, you throw it away, and then the next time he's sassing you, kick him down the fucking stairs, and then punch him in the face repeatedly until he can recite your phone number. That ought to get the fucking point across, don't you think? Sometimes what the situation calls for is a little brute force. And in this instance, I think it's perfectly acceptable to beat the shit out of him. On the other side of the coin, conversely, what if he just, decided he didn't want to memorize your guys' address anymore? So he threw away his identification and moved to a new town 2 states away and started a new life. And then you know what he wouldn't have? Some fucking dingy broad nagging him about remembering a phone number. Are there not more important things going on in your life? Like, it must be so nice to have such minuscule problems. My husband won't remember our phone number. It's not like he's gonna forget where you live, unless, of course, he gets hit on the head with a flower pot like in a fucking 1980s children's show and he develops temporary amnesia. God, you fucking wrote that and I had to read it and answer it. And I swear to God, not only do I hope that he forgets your cell phone number and loses the phone. Like, I guess I was on your side at first, but now the more that I think about it, you're kind of annoying as fuck. So I hope he has sex with your sister. And another piece of advice, go to the store, get yourself some D-cell batteries and a Toblerone, come home, eat the Toblerones, use the batteries to put into your dildong, and then sit around and you watch the movie Overboard. Not the 1987 one with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, the good one, but the new shitty one with Anna Faris and that other fucking guy where the genders are reversed. Yeah, watch that one, and then, well, go fuck yourself, because I'm Brownbeard, and that's how I talk. Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin&Friends. We are on iTunes. Just search Blumpkin&Friends, or on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. And if you can't get enough of people that say naughty things in rap songs, then have I got a gift for you. Because if you go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic, you can hear currently 7 songs that I have written, 6 of them with beats I didn't make. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
I'm number 1 fan Tim.
Good night.